everyone, it's Harley starting at Cosplay. I want to try something a little bit different today. This is just going to be like a general vlog, see if I like it. So last night I read a pretty interesting article by IGN, and I found this article because I was looking up stuff on Oscar Isaac, because he was in the new Star Wars movie, and he's going to be playing the new X-Men villain. He's going to be Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse. And this article was about the top villains in comic books. Well, I think it was just comic books, but yeah, the top written villains. And I actually got really angry at what they put for number 1 and number 2. So number 2 was the Joker, which is from the Batman DC series. And I just don't... He's a very famous villain, but he's just like a shitty clown. That's his, that's his entire story arc. He's just this weirdo clown that messes with Batman. And depending on which sort of interpretation of the Joker you experience, he can be a very different character. He's kind of serious in, some of the Batman movies. He's halfway between serious and goofy in the Suicide Squad trailers. And if you look at the cartoon, he's like absolutely ridiculous, and he's supposed to be like the number 2 best villain ever. And it's like, he's just a clown that has these little gadgets that make no sense. And he has green hair, and he's just kind of weird. And I don't know, that made me feel very odd that this strange clown was number 2. And I think a lot about what Bernie Burns said about the Joker, and it's that you can't play the Joker wrong, because he's just some shitty clown, and it's like a joke of a villain. And then they put this Joker as number 2, so I thought that was very weird. So the number 1 villain they listed was actually Magneto from Marvel Universe, from the X-Men series. And that one actually kind of made me upset, because he's not a bad guy. He's a very interesting character that has a lot of, he's a very interesting character. But yeah, he just has like a lot of depth, and he has, really good beliefs, and he just puts these morals around in this sort of not very correct way, and he's the antagonist to the main characters. Oh, there's a dog here. What do you think about Magneto, Cinder? But he's, he's not inherently a bad guy, and not exactly a villain, I would say, even at all. And he eventually, goes on the same side as Charles and the X-Men, and he just wanted mutants to have freedom and autonomy, and just went about it in a very bad way and poorly chosen way. And the fact that they made him like the number 1 villain is like, okay, is it because he's rounded out, or is... And it just made me upset, because I never thought of him as a villain. An antagonist, yes, but never like evil. So that just kind of like made me upset. And yeah, I don't know. I've never really considered him to be a bad guy. Comment below with who you think should be the top 1 and 2 villains in comic books. So, see you later and stay awesome.